Hey campers! For those of you that don't know me, my name is Stephanie, and I'm super excited today because I'm finally getting around to installing the replacement handle that I ordered for my RV. This has been an upgrade that I've pretty much wanted to do since day one. And while I'm generally happy with the construction of our travel trailer, there are a few things that seem to be a bit sketchy as far as quality goes, and the factory installed handle and locking mechanism was absolutely one of them. Not only is it not secure because of the high possibility of somebody else having a key to open it, but honestly, halfway through our first camping season, one of the locks stopped working altogether. So this is what I purchased, and I actually bought this in November, but it's been sitting with my other RV supplies since then. And guess what? Today is the day it goes on my RV. So it's supposedly an easy install. I'm going to try to do this one by myself, but if I have any issues, my husband will be helping me. I have been known to strip a few screws in my day, and I definitely don't want to risk that with this puppy. So let's take a look at this bad boy. So it comes in this, once you get it out of the sleeve, it comes in this hard cardboard box. It comes with instructions, which my husband has never looked at. And then the actual outside, ooh, feels nice and solid. The outside mechanism for the door. Let me make sure I have that. Yep, I'm holding it the right way. So the one thing I should tell you guys, when you go to order something like this, you want to make sure left side, right side. Pay attention to which side your handle is on so you can make sure that you get the right mechanism for your door. So anyhow, this has a keypad where you can punch in a code that you get to set yourself. There's also two areas where you can use an actual key to unlock it, just in case the automatic component would fail. And then there is a remote that came with it as well. And we'll take a look at that in just a moment here. But I can tell already this is a lot more solid and smoother in operation than the one that came with it. So the back of it looks like, I mean, it's pretty, I guess, non-exciting. It's just your, there's the latch that you usually pull on to open it from the inside, and then this is how you would lock the deadbolt part of it. Nothing really to note there. So let's look at the accessories box and see what they've sent us in here. And this is not a sponsored video. I did pay for this myself. So 2 keys came with it. I think they have other versions that have more keys, more remotes, more whatever. But for what we needed, this is perfect for us. So the 2 keys, 1 remote that comes with it, and you have to program your remote as well once you hook this up. And then of course the plates that go on the edge of the door in the frame of the doorway. So not a lot of parts here, which is a good thing. That means there's less room for error, and also should be the typical easy installation that most people say it's going to be, which I've heard people say takes 10 minutes, takes 20 minutes. So let's go find out. Let's try to hook this thing up. I want to try to do it. Okay guys, so the first step of this process is to take out these 4 screws that are here. I'm hoping I'm not getting in your way of being able to see. I think I'm doing okay. All right, so this part just lifts off the old handle. And then I think I can just take the other part. Oh wait, no, I know what I have to do. Now there's screws on this side plate. Hey Dan, if you're watching this, that's right, I got into your tools and I'm using them. Okay, so you can see we have an opening. And now we're going to hope and pray that it fits. I'm pretty sure it will. Let's see what happens. It fits. Okay, next up is the plate, and there's 2 plate screws that I need to install on this outside edge that will keep this part from falling out throughout the rest of the process. Let's see. Better. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Now the next part is installing the back on here. So you have to, like they said, in the instructions, you've got to connect these 2 wires that are here until you hear them snap. Same thing I was doing before, neatly folding that in so that it doesn't get crimped. And then fitting the lock. You have to kind of wiggle it around so this fits over the lock mechanism so that can slide in and out easily. And this is going to be tricky. I have no idea how I'm going to do this with just 2 hands, but you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are doing the RV thing on their own. So this one's for you guys. If I can do this, anybody can do it. Trust me. Because I am not very good with tools. Beginning to wish now that I had paid a little bit more attention when my husband was doing things. Okay, that's at least one to kind of hold it. You don't want to tighten these the whole way because after you get them like started, you're going to want to look to make sure that everything's straight. I am going to switch over to my drill, my little screwdriver thing, actually, and use that for the rest of this. Okay. This is more my size because I have not big hands. So now what I want to do is make sure this is straight. It's looking pretty good. The locking mechanism is working smoothly. That's working smoothly, the latch. And then on the other side. So that looks pretty straight. Just want to look on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these at this point. Part of the reason I'm struggling with my thing is the battery is dying. Now the process is going to be to do the code reset, and that is what's going to allow me to enter numbers on the keypad so that we can use the keyless entry that way. And then there's also a fob pairing button that's right here that I'm going to do, but I have to go get something with a little point on it, like a toothpick or whatever, so I'll be back. Okay, so the next step is to set our own personal code. So what you do is you hold this little button in up here, the top button, and it says right beside it code reset, and then under it is the fob learn button. So the code reset button, I just brought a little paper clip to hold in there, and then what it's supposed to do is give me voice prompts that will tell me when to enter my code. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to be quiet. I hope you guys are going to be able to hear whatever it says. Oh, and there's a little plastic thing you have to remove. It's talking to me. All right, hang on a second. Here we go.
Enter new code, then press lock. New code accepted.
Well, that was easy enough. Now let's hit lock and see what happens. Nothing. Oh. There it is. I forgot. You have to hold it in when you're locking it. You actually have to hold in the lock button, and then it will, you saw this come out. All right, let's try my code now and see if my code works. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pair the fob, and there's a little on-off switch that's here. And there's also a little button that you have to depress.
Connect your remote. Remote connected.
And that was easy. So all I did was, like, when it said connect my remote, is just hit the unlock button. So now it's supposedly good to go. So let's see what happens here. Looking to lock it. Let's see if you guys can see the thing coming out here. And there it is. And then to unlock. Just to quickly run through, once you're programmed how it works, you would enter your code in and then hit the unlock button that's right down here, and that unlocks it. And then whenever you want to lock it, you just shut your door and hold this in until you hear the motor turning to indicate it has locked. Your fob, it's just a matter of holding in those buttons, either the lock or the unlock. Okay, that wasn't so bad. It would have gone a lot smoother if I just raided his tool stash to begin with. I had a lightweight screwdriver that was no match for the factory installed screws. So learn from me, get the right tools in place before you get started with this. I wanted to quickly go through and read through some things I found in the manual, the information manual that they provide you with your locking mechanism. First, the voice prompts. The good news is you can absolutely mute those. You can control the volume as well, but you can shut them off completely, and I will be doing that because you know why? I don't want my camping neighbors to hate me every time I lock and unlock the door. The other thing is the quick lock feature, which I think I showed you guys in the video. You hold the lock button to quickly lock your handle without having to enter the code. They have something called X series keys. What this means is no more security worries. RVLock has high security laser cut keys that are unique to the Compact. Your handle has no master cylinder, which reduces the risk of break-ins. So listen, we all know that these things that we put on our RVs for the purpose of anti-theft are really just deterrents. Nobody here thinks that they're going to prevent a very determined person from getting into your RV. But let's not make it easy for them. Let's use things that are actual deterrents, and maybe we'll keep them moving along to the next guy or just finding a new job altogether. There is a low battery alert. Most batteries will last 6 months in this thing. And when they are running low, the handle will verbally notify you every time you actuate the handle. So it is going to tell you, my battery is low. I don't know what it says, but it's going to tell you that it's running low. And it would be a really great idea to heed that warning so you don't end up getting locked out of your RV when it decides to completely die on you. It has something called the 360 key alike system, and what this is that it says reduce the number of keys needed to access your rig by keying your entry handle alike with RV lock cam and baggage handles. So those cam locks that you use in the pass-through storage, seems like you might be able to get some matching cam locks so that everything is used by the same key. If you recall, that did have 2 key areas on the front of it, one for the handle itself and then one for the deadbolt. So you can use a key to lock and unlock this if something would happen where the automatic system would not work for you. It also says you can pair over 10 remotes. So whether you're taking 10 friends along in your RV or you just want extras on hand because you're somebody that tends to lose things, 10. You can pair up to 10 of them. Has a Duro keypad, meaning the soft touch silicone entry pad is supposed to be more UV and water resistant. And then passcode variations, RVLock handles can accept up to an 8-digit security code. So I thought initially that I read somewhere that you could have more than one security code for this, but I don't think that's the case because I'm not seeing anything in this literature indicating that it will do that. In the box, in addition to your lock, your accessories that came with it, the screws and the strike plate, as well as the plate that goes on the edge of your door frame. You get 2 keys and a key fob, 1 key fob. Your user manual comes with it. There is a warranty activation card. It has a QR code that you can scan and register your warranty. Now, the only thing is this one says, please scan within 30 days of purchase to register. Well, guess what? It has been over 30 days because I bought this darn thing in November. So hopefully they're still going to let me register it. I don't see why they wouldn't. They seem like a really nice and reputable business. And then it also has 2 stickers inside it that are supposed, like the one thing says protected by RVLock. So if you're somebody that likes to have those kind of warning stickers like, hey, criminal, don't try breaking in here because I'm protected by RVLock. You're going to be happy because they're giving you free stickers to put on the outside of your vehicle that warn people that you're protected. Something else I wanted to mention to you guys. after I got everything boxed up and was getting ready to put the tools away, I realized I never installed the strike plate. So I put that on. That's the part that goes on the actual door frame. And it's as simple as removing the old one, which is held in with 2 screws, putting the new one up, and putting in the 2 screws that came with the locking mechanism. So just by pulling that out a little bit, I was able to make it so that the door is so much easier to close. Before, we had to slam it or give it a good yank to close it in the evening. So this was an easy way to mitigate that, and now it's opening and closing much smoother. As far as this mechanism itself, my first impressions are that it is in fact running a lot smoother. It's a lot smoother operation with opening and closing the handle. I'm super excited about the keyless entry. To me, that's just, I know that's very bougie, but I have to tell you, when you're walking from like the lake or the swimming pool and you're carrying a bunch of wet towels or whatever, the last thing you want to be doing is fumbling in the bottom of a beach bag for a set of keys. It's nice to just be able to go up and punch a code in on the pad and have it open. And don't forget, you do have that remote, so you could easily just clip the remote to your bag and hit that button whenever you get there. I tested the distance out on that, and I can tell you from my front porch to where we have our RV parked, I mean, that's got to be at least, I would say, 30 feet or more. I don't know for sure what the range is on this, but it had no issues at all with locking and unlocking the door from that distance. So I'm happy with this purchase. I think it actually is going to be great for us. It's going to serve the purpose, and I already feel like we are more secure because we have a door lock that works again. So if anything were to happen down the road where I think that it's not holding up to my expectations, I will be certain to update you guys in a future video. But for right now, very happy and would definitely recommend this. Easy install, can be done by one person. Is it inconvenient to do it alone? Sure. But if you need to do it alone, you can absolutely do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Trust me. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my videos. Lots more of this stuff coming your way.